I've got a bus to catch in like 5 minutes and I'm running pretty damn late. Welcome to a brand new video, guys. Right now I'm on my way from Vancouver to Squamish, British Columbia, which is where I'm going to be spending the next couple of days showing you guys around this beautiful little city and going on a pretty insane hike, which to be honest I'm glad I made it out of alive. Squamish is also known as the adventure capital of Canada, which I think is perfect for me. I'm always talking about going on adventures, so I guess this is the place. Also, just like usual, I'm a little clueless as per what the plan is. I do have a hostel reservation at this place called Squamish Adventure Inn, so I'm gonna make my way over to the hostel. It's only 11 a.m. right now, so I'm not sure if I'd be able to check in this early. And you said the check-in is at like 2:30, right? So I just come in then, grab my bags.
Yeah, so the code for this is...
Thank you. I'm a little bit surprised right now because the weather is actually pleasantly mild, and considering the fact that I'm on a higher altitude and surrounded by mountains, it should be colder, not warmer. Although I might be jinxing it just a little bit because I did look at the forecast earlier and it said it's gonna start raining around 3:30 p.m. But I'm not gonna be too bummed about it because it does get dark here around 4:30 anyway. One of my favorite things about travel is being spontaneous, kind of just going to a place without having a plan and just figuring it out along the way. However, today might actually be the only time where I'm kind of regretting not having a plan in advance and doing any research, because I just found out that Squamish is really only accessible by a car. The biggest reason why people come here is to go on hikes, but to get to these trails you need a car, and there's really no rental options around either because it's such a small town. And also this place doesn't have any public transportation. I mean, it does, but it's very, very limited. So sometimes it's best to do some research about a place that you know absolutely nothing about. There's the lesson of the day, guys. Don't be me, be smarter than that, do some research. Okay, let's go now. What is it about the West Coast? No matter where you go, even if it's literally the smallest town in the middle of freaking nowhere, it's still gorgeous. I guess that's why they say West Coast is the best coast. It's also 2:30 right now, which means I can check into my hostel, so I'm gonna head up there. Not even 3 p.m. right now, and it's already starting to rain. I can feel it. But hey, it doesn't really affect me in any way whatsoever. It's not like I had any plans. It's not like I had anything better to do. It's not like I had a hike to go on. My only hope, honestly, guys, right now is that I get to the hostel, instantly meet some new people who all happen to have a car, and they just offer to show me around. That's really my only hope. So I'm literally living on this little hope, and it's probably not gonna work out, so that's okay. I'm used to it. This is the dorm, guys, and for $40 a night, this place really isn't that bad. I mean, it's a 6-bedroom dorm. I don't think there's gonna be all 6 just because most places are running on half capacity right now due to COVID. They can't overcrowd these dorms. But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty decent place. They have a common room and a kitchenette. I think they also have a bar. The guy was telling me, and I just kind of wasn't listening, which is just classic old me. Good morning, guys. It is day 2 here in Squamish, British Columbia, currently around 11 a.m. and today I'm actually going to be attempting to do a pretty difficult hike. It's called the Stawamus Chief. It is one of the most popular hikes in the area, but it is also one of the most difficult ones. And the reason this hike is considered difficult is because it's like really steep, so it gets your heart and lungs like pumping right off the bat. And especially right now because it's raining, right? So the rocks might be like really slippery. So that's the one thing that I'm really worried about. Also because I'm like not wearing the right shoes right now. So I've got a breakfast bagel and a coffee here with a nice view of the mountains. There's a perfect rainbow right there.
So I actually talked to a few people that I met in the parking lot of the trail, and they told me it's actually not terribly difficult. And for the most part, for the 95% of the hike, they said I should be okay, at least if I just want to go up to the first peak, because there's 3 different peaks to this hike. The first one, which is the closest one, is still like almost a 3 hours hike. The only concern they had for me and I have for myself is my shoes. I mean, they're just gonna end up getting really wet, but I'm okay with that. I came here for an adventure. So here's an adventure. I'm literally just at the beginning of the hike, and I have to, there's a lot of like stairs that I have to kind of go up right now. So we'll start off with that. I'm not getting lost today. Maybe some other day, but not today. This hike isn't getting any easier. And I'm like 40 minutes in tops. My heart and lungs are pumping. It's super wet out here. Just look at this. So I just have to be really careful because it is a little bit slippery for sure. And the higher up I go, the more slipperier it's gonna get, because obviously there's also gonna be ice on a higher altitude. So let's keep going. Alright guys, so I'm like 20 minutes away from the first peak right now, and this is really where the hike gets really challenging, because as you can see, there's already snow on the rocks because I'm much higher than I was before, so it's getting very slippery. Wow, look at this. I was just talking to another couple who I saw like 5 minutes ago. They told me they had to like turn back around even before they could get to the first peak, because apparently there's like a metal ladder that's going to be coming up. So you basically have to hold on to that ladder and just like kind of climb up, and then you get to like this like wooden slab, which is basically just covered in like ice and slush, and you kind of have to like go across that. So especially if you're not wearing the right shoes, it's really not safe. So I don't know if I can go all the way up, but I'm gonna keep going till I'm ready to give up. So this is the metal ladder I was talking about, guys. Look at this. I mean, it looks really fun to do, but oh my god, not gonna lie, I'm really nervous right now. Alright guys, so I think I've made it as far up as I can go, because now I'm at a point where I might really have to turn around. As you can see, there's some other people right there. I was just talking to them. These guys are also turning around. So at this point, there's a chain right there, which I basically have to hold on to and go up these rocks. And look at these shoes, they're soaking wet. And honestly, it's not even about the shoes right now. It's just the fact that it's raining, so the rocks are really slippery. You know, it takes a really skilled hiker to be able to do that. And even the skilled hikers, guys, like, they're not doing it. So it's kind of disappointing, but I'm happy I came all the way up. At least I gave it a shot, and it was still super fun. And I'm turning around at this point. Really, the hiking down part is actually a lot harder than going up, just because the rain is really what's making it worse. And I'm also not very comfortable right now, just because my shoes and my feet are like soaking wet, so I'm really cold.